I'm Professor Portfolio, and I believe wealth takes time. This channel is for investors who want to build wealth slowly and intelligently, with diversification, patience, and discipline, not gambling on the next meme stock. Today, we're diving deep into one of the biggest federal technology shifts in modern history, and the stocks that could directly benefit from it. On November 26, 2025, President Donald Trump signed the Genesis Mission Executive Order, a sweeping directive the White House calls America's AI Manhattan Project. This is the most ambitious federal scientific initiative since the Apollo program, mobilizing industrial and scientific capacity to build a closed-loop artificial intelligence ecosystem. This means integrating massive federal datasets, world-class supercomputing, and autonomous AI agents into one system capable of compressing scientific discovery timelines from years down to days. This isn't a vague wish list. It's a funded, mandated DOE mobilization to build the American science and security platform. For the economy, this marks the beginning of a capex supercycle, a massive wave of spending on compute infrastructure, cloud, nuclear energy, rare earth materials, quantum computing, and space logistics. For investors, the Genesis mission shifts the market narrative away from consumer AI toward industrial AI, used for science, energy, and defense. I will break this into 4 categories and the companies that could be in the direct blast radius of this new national AI project. The first category is the core infrastructure, the brain. The Genesis mission is fundamentally a data integration challenge. The U.S. government controls the world's largest scientific data archives, but most of this information is siloed, messy, and buried in legacy systems. The American Science and Security Platform aims to unify these datasets into a single, queryable brain, creating immediate demand for sovereign cloud infrastructure. These air-gapped, high-security environments process classified data by AI models without ever touching the open internet. The growth here won't only come from chips. It will come from the software layer capable of cleaning, securing, and interpreting federal data at scale. And this is where the first set of companies enters the picture: Google. Google is uniquely positioned to be the software architect of the Genesis mission, with Google Cloud quietly building classified air-gapped regions for U.S. government use. At the AI for Science level, Google's DeepMind division is already the global leader, with AlphaFold solving the protein folding problem. By partnering with the DOE, Google can deploy its Gemini models to navigate enormous federal datasets, effectively becoming the operating system for American scientific innovation. Next, Oracle has reinvented itself into the hardware hotel for the AI era. The Department of Energy has already partnered with Oracle to build the Solstice supercomputer, a clear signal that Oracle Cloud Infrastructure is the preferred backbone for ultra-secure simulation workloads. Oracle's specialty is building dedicated regions, full cloud data centers physically and legally separated from the public internet. As the Genesis mission expands, the U.S. will require entire new sovereign cloud campuses, and Oracle is currently the fastest builder of this type of infrastructure. Finally, C3.ai. The Genesis mission will fail if the underlying data is messy. C3.ai focuses on this unglamorous but mission-critical work: enterprise AI data integration. Unlike consumer tech firms, C3.ai has built its entire business around integrating complex industrial and defense datasets. In November 2025, the company secured a contract with the Department of Energy for central data management, connecting all 17 national laboratories into a cohesive data network. They are the plumbers of the Genesis mission, building the essential software layer that ensures the larger AI models can actually learn from the data they're fed. The second category is energy and nuclear, the fuel. AI needs electricity, and a lot of it. A single large language model search consumes significantly more power than a traditional keyword search. As America builds out 24/7 supercomputing infrastructure, the White House has stated plainly, energy dominance is a prerequisite for AI dominance. But the U.S. grid is congested, aging, and increasingly unreliable. The executive order calls for nuclear energy as the only viable solution that can provide steady, carbon-free, always-on power at national security scale. It also includes mandates to streamline licensing for new reactors, removing decades of red tape that has choked the nuclear industry. This creates an immediate demand floor for nuclear operators and innovators. First, Constellation Energy. Constellation is the largest owner of nuclear power plants in the United States. Its fleet has transformed from boring utility assets into critical national security infrastructure. As data centers and government agencies try to secure stable power, Constellation becomes one of the few suppliers able to deliver gigawatts of clean, uninterrupted energy. Next, Vistra Corp, the second pillar of the U.S. nuclear ecosystem. The company has pivoted aggressively from fossil fuels to clean energy, controlling a substantial nuclear fleet and large-scale battery storage capabilities. Vistra is especially well-positioned in deregulated markets like Texas, where data center construction is exploding. The Genesis mission's focus on modernizing the grid aligns perfectly with Vistra's strengths in combining nuclear baseload with battery backup. Finally, Oklo is the future-facing side of this energy transformation. Chaired by OpenAI's Sam Altman, Oklo is developing small modular reactors powered by recycled nuclear waste. These microreactors are designed to be mass-produced and installed directly next to data centers, bypassing the public grid entirely. Before the Genesis mission, the regulatory environment made this nearly impossible. Now, with advanced reactor licensing being fast-tracked, Oklo's business model becomes much more viable. Oklo is no longer just a speculative science project. It could become a major provider of decentralized power for America's AI infrastructure. The third category is AI for science, the application layer. The Genesis mission isn't about chatbots or consumer apps. The goal is to move beyond bit AI into atom AI, AI that manipulates the physical world. The administration wants AI that can invent new materials, design futuristic alloys, optimize manufacturing, discover rare earth deposits, and accelerate new drug discovery. This drives capital toward companies that combine AI plus physical science plus automation. First, Recursion Pharmaceuticals. Recursion is the prototype for the automated lab that the Genesis mission envisions. They've turned drug discovery into a computational search problem. Robots conduct millions of biological experiments. Computer vision systems analyze the results. And AI learns from Recursion's proprietary dataset of biological interactions. Recursion even built its own supercomputer, BioHive, to power its analysis. Under the Genesis mission, Recursion is poised to receive federal funding. Next, MP Materials. AI hardware, robotics, motors, satellites, sensors, and wind turbines all require rare earth elements. China currently dominates the global processing supply chain. MP Materials owns Mountain Pass in California, the only integrated rare earth mining and processing site in North America. The Genesis mission explicitly names critical materials as a top national security priority. That effectively puts a government put option under MP Materials. Expect stockpiling contracts, grants, and Department of Defense support to expand processing capabilities. MP Materials ensures the U.S. has a secure supply of magnetic materials for the AI economy. The last category, quantum and future tech, the frontier. Classical computing is reaching its physical limits. To model complex chemistry, traditional supercomputers are too slow or too power-hungry. The executive order explicitly mandates incorporating quantum information science into the national AI ecosystem. This validates quantum computing as an immediate strategic necessity, not a far-off dream. First, IonQ. IonQ is a leader in trapped ion quantum computing and one of the few companies already selling access to functioning quantum hardware. They have deep ties to the National Lab System, including collaborations with Oak Ridge National Laboratory. As the DOE builds hybrid compute clusters combining classical supercomputers with quantum processors, IonQ is a frontrunner to supply the quantum layer. Next, Rocket Lab. While SpaceX dominates headlines, the U.S. government requires diversified launch capabilities for national security. Rocket Lab has become the reliable and responsive alternative for deploying satellites and scientific instruments into orbit. The Genesis mission calls for new sensors and space-based payloads to monitor climate, energy, and scientific conditions. Rocket Lab's Neutron rocket is designed as the workhorse for medium to heavy payloads that the mission requires. As scientific experimentation in orbit accelerates, Rocket Lab becomes a key logistics provider, launching the satellite constellations that feed data back into Earth-based AI models. The Genesis mission represents a transformative shift in American science, industry, and national security. It touches everything: cloud, compute, nuclear energy, rare earth materials, biotech, quantum computing, and space logistics. And the companies positioned within these sectors could experience a multi-year tailwind from one of the largest technology mobilizations in U.S. history. I'm Professor Portfolio, and I believe wealth takes time. I can't promise you quick money, but I can promise that we will never sell you any courses. If you want deeper, data-backed analysis of long-term structural trends like this, make sure you follow along, because the real AI revolution is only beginning.